With both Scotland and Wales having suffered defeat on the opening weekend of the Championship, this was a must-win game for both sides at BT Murrayfield. Warren Gatland was forced to make two changes for this game, with Liam Williams coming in for George North and Ospreys tight head Aaron Jarvis replacing Samson Lee, who failed a concussion test after last weekend's game. Scotland, seeking their first win against Wales since 2007, also made two injury-enforced changes. Sean Lamont came in for Tommy Seymour on the wing, and Jeff Cross started at tight head, with Ewan Murray sitting this one out on religious grounds. Wales travel to Edinburgh looking to avoid back-to-back championship defeats. It's 8 years since that last happened. Early on, the visitors took a 3-0 lead when Blair Cowan was whistled by New Zealand referee Glenn Jackson for sluggishly rolling away. And if you give penalties away in that sort of area, you can be almost guaranteed that Lee Halfpenny will punish you. No trouble to the Welsh full-back. Wales 3-0 up. It was an early reverse for the Scots, but they bounced back quickly and with some style. Stuart Hogg was sent off in the corresponding fixture last year, but this was redemption of sorts for the Glasgow Warriors man. He burst down the left-hand side past the despairing dive of Richard Hibbard and breezed his way to the line for the first try of the game. A magnificent run from Hogg, his 9th try for Scotland, and when Laidlaw converted, the home side were 7 points to 3 ahead, 12 minutes in. The scrum half added an 18th minute penalty for a 10-3 lead before Wales struck back. As they attacked with menace, the Scots were penalised for offside, and it was another straightforward penalty for Halfpenny to put away. 10 points to 6 after 20 minutes of what was an entertaining game. Just past the half-hour mark, Scotland were reduced to 14 men for the rest of the half when Finn Russell mistimed his challenge on the on-rushing Dan Biggar, and it was deemed dangerous play by the referee. Certainly Biggar could have been injured, thankfully he wasn't, but it was a 10-minute spell in the bin for Russell and a chance for Wales to capitalise. Which is exactly what they did a couple of minutes later with a move that started inside their own half. Alan Wynne-Jones picked out Liam Williams wide left and he sprinted away. Jonathan Davies ran the support line and blocked the tackler before Williams picked out Rhys Webb, and the scrum half finished the move in clinical fashion. That's his 13th try of the season for club and country and his second of this season's championship. A smart move from the Welsh team, switching from defence into attack rapidly. When Halfpenny landed an excellent conversion, Wales were 16-10 ahead. However, before the half-time break, the Welshmen were also reduced to 14 for a period when Davies was deemed to have tackled Johnny Beattie in the air. This perhaps a little less clear-cut than Russell's yellow, but the ref was consistent. Davies was on his way for a 10-minute spell on the sidelines. Wales 16-10 ahead at the break. Within a few minutes of the restart, Scotland chipped away at the Welsh lead. Jamie Roberts was penalised for holding onto the ball, and it gave Laidlaw the chance with the penalty. His kick was on the mark, and it was Scotland 13, Wales 16. Five minutes later, another Halfpenny penalty put 6 points between the sides once more, although this one needed a nudge from the upright before going over the crossbar. 13-19. Laidlaw struck back on 54 minutes for 16-19. Wales then thought they were in for another try just short of the hour mark. The rolling maul was causing the Scottish defence all manner of difficulty, and when Webb picked out Liam Williams, the winger dashed over in the corner, but his celebrations were cut short by the referee, who asked the TMO to have a look at the build-up to the score, and it was decided that Jake Ball and Alan Wynne-Jones had obstructed as the ball was swung wide. The decision was no try, penalty to Scotland, and the threat was averted. But the Welsh pressure was mounting, and they got their reward a couple of minutes later when Biggar found Jonathan Davies, who managed to evade Matt Scott's despairing tackle and jinked past Hogg for a wonderful score. The Claremont centre with a lethal finish and a try that was a real blow to Scotland's hopes. Great footwork from the British and Irish line. A simple halfpenny conversion gave Wales a 26-16 advantage. There followed a period of intense Scottish pressure and heroic Welsh defence to hold them out. But 6 minutes from time, Vern Cotter's men thought they had got a crucial score. A wonderful break when Hogg, a dangerous runner throughout, broke over halfway. He picked out Sam Hidalgo-Klein and he sprinted away, but when he was grounded, Alex Dunbar's pickup was sublime. Dunbar got over, but the score wasn't allowed as the ref had spotted a knock-on when Hidalgo-Klein hit the deck. Disappointment for the Scots, who had come so close to a wonderful score. As the clock moved ever closer to full time, the home side continued to look for the score that would give them a chance of rescuing the game, but unfortunately for them, when it did arrive, it was just too late. Another substitute, John Welch, sneaked over from close range. Try awarded. Tempers flared a bit in the aftermath of the score, but would there be time for the game to restart after the conversion? Russell knocked it between the posts to make it 23 points to 26 with a few seconds remaining. But as the Scots retreated, the clock moved into the red, and after a little hesitation, the referee blew the full-time whistle to the disappointment of the home crowd and the seeming annoyance of the Scottish management team. Wales did just enough, and they leave Edinburgh knowing that their championship hopes are alive, having collected the 2 points here, but it was quite a battle. Wales travel to Paris in 2 weeks' time. Scotland will play host to Italy, with both sides looking for their first points of the campaign. Final score after a thrilling game in Edinburgh: Scotland 23, Wales 26.